Hey guys. Hi. How you doing? What's going on?
We have a studio audience today, so it's kind of weird.
It's really awkward and sort of weird. Sort of weird. It's the holidays. You got extra people in your house.
We're so used to recording like with just me and her, and it's like now we have an audience.
Yes. But hey, I've adjusted to it.
I don't think the applause light was on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys were asking about the accountability meetings, and if you go through our archives, we do have a format that has actually evolved. I am a sales coach at work, and what we do is we ask questions. So I've incorporated a lot of the things that I do at work into our meetings, and I wanted to share that with you guys. It really is just a way of holding each other accountable without offending your partner. The way that you do that is by asking certain questions, and we just talk about it. So it gives me an opportunity to talk about my own stuff before you start saying, you need to pick up your socks out the floor, and you need to put the toilet seat down. This is not things, by the way, that we discuss in our household. And you need to... these are just examples. Okay. So... So the way that the meeting starts, yes, you had something
before you get started.
Okay.
Not only is this meeting about holding each other accountable, I feel like in a marriage, in a relationship, you need to, I'm not going to say handle your relationship like a job, but in your everyday work, there are certain things that you do to stay updated, to stay organized, to stay balanced, and why not do these things at home and in your relationship so that you keep home balanced, so that you keep your relationship balanced. So that's also a big part of it too.
What I notice when I go to these like seminars and I read these books, I'm like, wait a minute, they asking the same questions that I ask in a coaching session. And I'm like, it's the same thing. Exactly. Like when you're talking to your kids, when you're dealing with your spouse, it's the exact same thing. So and it works really well. We actually just had one this week, and it worked really, really well. So here's the questions.
Don't do them.
What?
Because when we don't do them, you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell when we're both not on the same page. So, all right, let's go.
So go get your pen and paper.
Get your pen and paper. And you can take this and use it for your own. And as you start to experiment with it, you can just develop your own format for your meeting. So this is just your starting point.
All right. So it doesn't matter who starts. So please don't start a fight over who's gonna go first. So I get to ask, so let's say if I start with Alicia, I say, so what do you think you did well this week? And then she gets an opportunity to toot her own horn about all the things that she did well this week.
Which I find quite awkward, but
but sometimes we don't talk about the things we do well. We only think about the things we did wrong or that we didn't do. Is really fulfilling to really talk about the things you did right. So that's something that you should do. Then I get to share with her. I say, do you mind me sharing some things that I think you did well? So then I get to shower her with compliments of things that she's doing well around the house, show some appreciation, show some respect for, and you can't fake this, by the way. You have to be genuinely telling the truth. You just can't start saying anything. So I share with her what I think she did well. And then I ask her if she had the week to do all over again, would there be anything she would do differently? And then that gives her an opportunity to talk about, I really wish I had more time with the kids. Or I really wish, we could have spent more time together. And then we talk about that. So that's kind of the general of how the questions begin and starts the dialogue. Okay. Then, after we've kind of talked for a moment, we've set up our categories. Okay. Now, your categories may be different, but our categories are things that are important in our marriage. And I'll just go over them real quick. There's nothing that I wouldn't want to share with you guys. Number one is our spirituality. How are we feeling as far as our connection with God? Number two, our finances. Number three, our family, and that's really more like our relationship with the kids. Marriage is our relationship with us, me and her. Like, how do we feel we're connecting? Are we spending enough time together? Business, which is really more outside of work. And then my work, we'll talk about that, and then overall organizational skills. So these are some example categories. Now, we'll go through, we'll grade ourselves on how we feel we are in that particular category from A to F, right? And if we're anything lower than an A, then we talk to our partner about what we think we need to do in order to get that grade up. And that really opens up a ton of conversation and dialogue. But again, it's all about me self-discovering and talking about what it is that I need to do. That is really all that happens in an accountability meeting. Now, there are other meetings that you need to have, for example, when you're talking specifically about finances, or when you're setting up specific strategies around your household. But this particular meeting is only about accountability and really talking to each other about it.
You pretty much covered everything.
Well, so after going through this process though, Alicia James, so share with how was it going through the process, because I've added some new elements within the last couple of weeks, and tell me how you felt about it, like how it went.
You know, the reason why I love doing the accountability meetings is because I feel like in a relationship, in a marriage, sometimes things are happening or not happening, and it can be one of the most awkward things to confront somebody. Or not only that, it gets worse when you don't say anything at all.
Right.
In words, but your actions are a little questionable. Your attitude, you're angry, you're not talking to the person, and that person does not know what's going on.
Yes.
And they just start drawing conclusions about what's going on, and it just, gets bigger, and the problem gets bigger and bigger. And I was saying in the other video, it's nothing like being able to hold yourself accountable. When you're an adult, whether it's right or wrong, you don't want somebody telling you what you need to do. It's something about being able to, say, hey, I wish I could have did this a little better. I wish I would not have made that decision yourself.
And sometimes most of the times we know.
And yeah.
We know that we're not doing it.
Knowing.
So if you give me the opportunity, sometimes we don't know how to approach it with you guys. Like, we feel bad about it. We feel bad that we didn't do whatever.
Right.
But it's like, what do we say? So this format gives you an opportunity to kind of air those things without it being so tense. And to Alicia's point, there are things that your partner is currently doing that you're gonna have concerns about. I mean, it's just the way things work. And what we all too often do is we don't want to cause conflict. Although we want to say something, we don't want to fight. So what do? We internalize it, we hold on to it, and it builds up. And then you guys end up having an argument over something small, and you attach every little thing.
3 months ago, because you decided that you didn't want to talk about it, or you guys didn't have a platform in place to talk about it. So meanwhile, 3 months later, you're having a disagreement about something that happened back when. You connected one little thing, a pea that fell in the floor, because you remember 3 months ago you were mad because his shoe was in the floor. Right. So now you done put it all together and created a whole plot and story. So
anyway, guys, let us know. Yeah, no, that's very true. I'm actually thinking of situations we've had.
Oh, not even go. But he thinks I am the worst that I do that a lot. I don't be thinking I'm doing that. You be like, no, I think you do it.
What?
You do it. Maybe we both.
Everybody does it.
But look, that hasn't happened in that was last year. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? When is the last time I did it? That's what I'd be like. When is the last time I
Prove
did
it. Tell me what was the date?
What
was the time?
Yeah, you don't even know, okay?
So anyway, guys, let us know what you guys think of the format. How will you use it? What would you do with it? What's your format? Maybe you guys have a similar meeting that you have on a weekly basis and what you discuss.
Make sure that you click the thumbs up button, right? And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and share. Bye, guys. Bye.
So you guys are asking about our meetings, and if you go through our archives, we've actually mapped out a plan for the meeting. You look like you need to smile or laugh or sing or something. You looking like I'm about to cut somebody.
I'm just trying to see where you go. You know, I'm just trying to listen.
No, but like yeah, you're not gonna like. You okay? You wanna sing? Let's sing. Let's sing. You wanna sing?
Okay, let's go. Let's start. Ready
feeling
and
it?
go.
All right. Relax shoulders.
I am. I'm very relaxed.
All right. Now there you go. She's so pretty.
You're so pretty.
Okay. Chime in.
I just want to get back on the end of what you're saying. You're not advocating arguing, but what we're trying to do is let people know that arguing does not mean your relationship is over.
Right.
Arguing does not mean you're about to get a divorce.
Right.
Arguing does not mean that your relationship is not going to work. You know, I think what happens in a lot of marriages is that, you know, why you don't get past that first year is because that's when a lot of your arguing happens,
yes.
okay? And what society has led us to believe, movies and all of these fairy tale romance ideas, is that if we're arguing in our first year of marriage, we're arguing all the time, this was a mistake.